Okay. So having understood what is net income approach and what is net operating income approach, now let us go to the next approach, which is traditional approach. So what is a traditional approach? This is also known as middle of the road approach. So why it is called middle of the road approach? Because it tries to balance net income approach and net operating income approach. Net income approach is one end. Net operating income approach is another end. This traditional approach wants to balance both the approaches. How it balances? Now, look here. First, try to understand this graph. This is KD. This is KE. This is KO. Now look here. This is debt equity mix or financial leverage, usage of debt, whatever you call. This is cost of capital. So do you remember our net income approach and net operating income approach? One approach says, net income approach says, increase debt, KO falls. Net operating income approach says, if you increase debt, KO is not affected. So what net income approach said? Increase debt, KO falls. What net operating income approach said? Increase debt, nothing will happen to KO. Traditional approach says, if you increase debt, if you travel in this direction, initially you can see a fall in KO, but subsequently it increases. Why so? Traditional approach says, initially when you start using debt from zero debt firm, now imagine you are unlevered firm with zero debt, you started using debt, maybe you started 10% debt, 20%, 25%. So out of your total capital employed, 25, 30, 40, till then KO falls because net income approach holds good. Then what happens? There is a point called optimum capital structure. Beyond this point, what happens? The debenture holder or the lender, whoever is giving money to you, that debt to you, the provider of debt finance, he feels risk because your company is going to be high levered firm. Shareholder will feel risk because your company is having more and more debt. Because both, the debt holder and equity holder, they are feeling the finance risk. They are feeling the risk. So both of them will start increasing. Banks will start increasing their interest rates. Equity shareholder will start increasing the expectation from the company. Then what happens? KD will increase. KE will increase. Automatically KO also has to increase. So according to traditional approach, initially when you start using more and more debt, first KO falls. But at a point, after a particular point, when both the debenture holder and the shareholder feels that, debt holder and shareholder feels that the company is going into more leverage, more debts, more risk, then eventually KO increases. So traditional approach says, dear company, identify optimum capital structure. So what is the theory? Dear company, identify optimum capital structure. So traditional approach says, on trial and error basis, take different capital structures. On trial and error basis, take different capital structures. And dear company, identify optimum capital structure. Identify optimum capital structure. So what is optimum capital structure? Optimum capital structure is the debt equity mix where KO is lowest and value of the firm is highest. Do it on trial and error. So according to traditional approach, when you start using debt, initially KO falls. After a point, KO increases. You need to observe that KO. Where is that optimum capital structure? You need to observe and you need to keep KO in minimum least, possible level so that value of the firm is highest. And mind you, traditional approach is a capital structure relevance theory. Traditional approach is a capital structure relevance theory. So it follows the steps we have discussed in net income approach. So those 5 steps are there. You remember step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. What is step 1? Calculate. What is the first thing we calculate? First, we calculate net income. That means earnings available to equity shareholders. So NI is equal to EBIT minus interest. What is our second step? Net income divided by equity capitalization rate will give you value of equity. Then step 3, calculate value of debt. Step 4, calculate total value of the firm. Step 5, calculate KO as EBIT by value of the firm into 100. We follow the same procedure for traditional approach also. So if we solve some questions on traditional approach, it makes our understanding better. So we have 3 questions on traditional approach. Now let us see. We'll start with question number 13. No, 13 is net operating income. We have already completed it. 14. Indra company has EBIT of 1 lakh. Okay. The company makes use of debt and equity capital. Okay. The firm has 10% debentures of 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs into 10%. What is your interest payable? 50,000. And the firm's equity capitalization rate is 15%. So KE is given 15%. You are required to compute current value of the firm and overall cost of capital. If you observe this question number 14, they have not mentioned anything, whether it is a net income approach, net operating income approach, traditional approach, they have not mentioned anything. But looking at the question, what is the principle I told you? They have given KD. They have given equity capitalization rate KE. So it should be capital structure relevance approach. So either it can be net income approach or it can be traditional approach. But for both the approaches, procedure is same. Calculation of cost of capital and calculation of value of the firm, procedure is same. So go ahead and let us solve this. Okay, so what is our step 1? Calculate net income. Net income is equal to EBIT minus I. Okay, what is our EBIT in the firm? 1 lakh. What is I? 50,000. So can I say that is equal to 1 lakh minus 50,000, that is equal to 50,000. Correct? So this is 1. 2. What is the second one? Calculate value of equity E is equal to NI by KE. What is NI? We calculated 50,000. KE is given in the question. Isn't it 15%? Yes, 15%. Now calculate what is market value of equity. 50,000 divided by 0.15. This gives you 3,33,000. 3,33,333. So third one is value of debt. It is given in the question itself, 5 lakhs. Fourth one is calculate total value of the firm. 4 is calculate value of the firm. How to calculate value of the firm? E plus D, that is equal to 8,33,333. Okay, what is the fifth one? Calculate KO. How to calculate KO? EBIT by value of the firm into 100. What is EBIT? 1 lakh given in the question, isn't it? Divided by 8,33,333 into 100. So 1 lakh divided by 8,33,333 into 100. That comes to 12%. So KO is 12%. That's it. So this is a problem on traditional approach. So shall we look at more problems on traditional approach? Yes. Let us go forward. Problem number 15. Interesting problem. TT Limited has a PBIT of rupees 3 lakhs. Presently, the company is entirely financed by equity capital of 20 lakhs. So what is total capital of the company? 20 lakhs. So how the capital is financed? Total equity capital. That means at present the firm is unlevered. You remember, a company having debt is called levered firm. A company having no debt is called unlevered firm. At present the company is unlevered firm with equity capitalization rate of 16%. Okay, it is contemplating to redeem part of its capital by introducing debt financing. They want to introduce debt. It has two options: raise the debt to the tune of 30% or raise the debt to the tune of 50% of the total funds. It is expected that for debt financing up to 30%, it will cost 10% and equity capitalization rate will rise to 17%. However, if the firm opts for 50% debt, it will cost 12% and equity shareholders expectation will be 20%. From the above, compute the overall cost of capital of different options and comment thereon. This is our problem. Okay, read the problem carefully. So much of information, so many rates, 3 capital structures, 1 present and 2 proposed capital structures are there. Read the question, capture the data, then we will solve the question. Okay, are we ready? Okay, look here. Particulars, present, then plan 1, plan 2. Okay, so what is total capital employed? Total capital employed is 20 lakhs. In all the situations, it is 20 lakhs. So, in that, what is debt, what is equity? Okay, now look here, at present debt is 0. And then they are thinking of taking 30% debt. 30% debt means 20 lakhs into 30% comes to 6 lakhs. Then 50% debt means 10 lakhs. So, in all the cases, balance is equity. 20 lakhs, 14 lakhs, 10 lakhs. You understand this? Okay, now, so what is our step 1? Calculate net income. So, take EBIT. EBIT, is EBIT given in the question? 3 lakhs. EBIT is 3 lakhs. Okay, so 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Less interest. Okay, so what is present interest? 0. You don't have debt, you don't need to pay any interest. So in plan 1, 10% is the interest cost. Plan 2, 12% is the interest cost. So take debt into 10%. Here take debt into 12%. So this is our interest cost. Okay, so EBT, EBIT minus interest is EBT, or you can write this is net income. Okay, so it will be EBIT minus this. Okay, this is net income. So take equity capitalization rate, KE. What is the KE given in the question? Present situation they gave 16, plan 1 17, plan 2 20. So this is 0.16, this is 0.17, this is 0.2. Correct? So calculate value of equity E. How to calculate? This divided by this. Are you following me? So we calculated value of equity. How value of equity is calculated? Net income divided by KA. Then value of debt. Okay, already we calculated this in our working note. So this is debt. Okay, just put the debt here. Then total value of the firm. Debt plus equity. How it is to be calculated? Debt plus equity. Correct? This is our value of firm. Then cost of capital. Overall cost of capital. How to calculate? EBIT by value of the firm into 100. Okay. So take EBIT 3 lakhs divided by value of the firm 18,75,000 into 100. Calculate percentage. Okay. So this is our solution. So we calculated value of the firm, this is value of the firm, and we calculated cost of capital. This is cost of capital. So what is traditional approach? Try to recollect theory. In traditional approach, they told you follow trial and error method and identify what is the optimum capital structure, that is the capital structure where your value of the firm is highest and cost of capital is lowest. Can I say my optimum capital structure in this question is plan 1, that is 6 lakhs debt and 14 lakhs equity. So according to traditional approach, we'll write conclusion. What is our conclusion? What is our conclusion? 30% debt and 70% equity is suggested since the value of the firm is highest and the cost of capital is lowest at that capital structure. So this is optimum capital structure for the firm. That's it. So if you observe, the procedure we followed to calculate value of the firm and cost of capital is just similar to your net income approach. Okay. So check the calculations, check the answer. Are you able to follow? Okay. We have one more question on traditional approach. Let us solve that also. Okay. Problem number 17. Problem number 17. A company estimates its cost of debt and cost of equity for different debt equity mix as under percentage of debt 0, cost of debt 0 and equity 18%. At 20% debt, cost of debt is 10, cost of equity is 19, 40% debt 10, 21, 60% debt 12, 25, 80% debt 14, 32, 90% debt 16 and 40%. Compute the overall cost of capital and optimal debt equity mix under traditional theory. This is what our question is. Read the question again. Simple question. Okay. Do you remember we used to calculate KO in cost of capital chapter, wherein KO is equal to cost of debt into weight of debt plus cost of equity into weight of equity. Simple formula. We will follow that here. So in the question what they have given, percentage of debt in total capital employed is given, means percentage of equity is the balancing figure. Say for example, in the first situation, look here, they said the component of debt in total capital is 0. That means weight of debt is 0, weight of equity is 1. Second situation, weight of debt they have given 0.2. Simple. Weight of equity is 0.8. Like that we solve this question. Okay. So total how many situations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we prepare it like this. Situation, or we can simply write down debt component. So they have given 0 and then they have given 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So what I do is, here I take weight of debt and cost of debt, weight of equity and cost of equity. Okay. Then KO is equal to KDWD plus KEWE. Okay. So what is weight of debt here? 0. If weight of debt is 0, weight of equity is 1, because total weights must always be equal to 1. So here can I say this is 0.2, therefore it is 0.8. Here can we say this is 0.4 and this is 0.6. Here this is 0.6 and this is 0.4. 0.8 is weight of debt and 0.2 is weight of equity. So here 0.9 is weight of debt. So equity is 0.1. You understand this? How we calculated weights and all. Now KDKE straight given in the question. 0, 10, 10, 12, 14, 16. 0, 10, 10, 12, 14, 16. Isn't it? 0, 10, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yes. Then 18, 19, 21. Here cost of equity is 18, 19, 21, 25, 32, 40. 25, 32, 40. Now do it yourself. Overall cost of capital, calculate KO is equal to KDWD. Take weight of debt, cost of debt, multiply. Take weight of equity, cost of equity, multiply. And then add both. That gives you KO. So I'll do this with formula. You have to do it on your own. Okay. With calculator. Plus this is 18. So this is KO. So once you are done with these calculations, observe where your KO is lowest. So look here, can I say according to traditional approach, optimum capital structure is the debt equity mix where the cost of capital is lowest and the value of the firm is highest. So look at the board. Can I say that 40 debt and 60 equity is giving me the lowest KO? So that is optimum capital structure. Therefore, optimum capital structure in the given case is, tell me, can I say 40% debt and 60% equity? That's it. You understand this kind of problems, if you remember, we have done in cost of capital chapter also. Not only in capital structure, we have done it in cost of capital also. Okay, so with this we completed net income approach, net operating income approach and traditional approach. So only one approach is pending, Modiglani and Miller approach. Once we do that, this cost of capital chapter, capital structure chapter will be over. Okay, so any doubts in this problem before we move further?